All right, there's notes in here that I would like. My class has already done it, but I would like for you to do these on your own. Linear function basics. If you can just open those notes and write those, they're basic. But I'm gonna do a video here for graphing functions with a table and linear equations and functions two-step notes. Okay, sounds really difficult. Also, hopefully in the same video, it'd be amazing if this happens. I'm going to talk about X and Y tables and graphs, which is an assignment, and graphing one-step equations. Hopefully I can get through all of this. So the green, what's highlighted in green, I need you to just open that up at some point and just get that written. Okay, it just tells you the basics of what a function is. Okay, and especially a linear function. Linear means line. Okay, and a linear function is just a line that is not straight up and down. Okay, so that means it has to cross the y-axis if you think about those coordinate planes. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get to it. So here is notes, okay? And you're going to have to pause and do whatever you need to do because I'm going to run through these fairly quickly. Linear, because I want to get to the assignment. Linear functions and equations. So I'm starting on the right here. Linear equation. It's an equation whose graph is a line, okay? It's just an equation, right? It's got an equal sign, and it's a line, okay, on the graph. A linear function is a function whose graph is a non-vertical line, meaning it cannot be up and down, okay? You need to have at least 2 points to graph a line, but more to check it. You're going to make a function table to find each ordered pair, okay? So if we look at this down here, this is a function. Think about walking up to an ATM machine. Okay, maybe you're right here, or your parents, or whoever. And here is the ATM machine. Okay, it's going to be a different kind of ATM machine, but let's call it a FM machine, automatic function machine. Okay, so you walk up to this machine and you put something in to the input. A function happens, meaning something just happens to whatever you put in, and then you get something in return, okay, meaning the output. So if we look down below, like this one right here, the function is actually y equals 2x plus 9. Y equals 2x plus 9, okay? So if you put in, you're going to put in an x, right? So if we look at this one, if you put a 1 in there, right, so you're standing over here all happy and whatever, and you put a 1 in, okay, that number 1 is going to go in, and it's going to, this x, right, it's not an x anymore, it's now a 1, and so the function would do 2 times 1 plus 9, okay, and what would come out? 2 times 1 is 2. 2 plus 9 is 11. So an 11 would come out. Okay, and that is this right here. So a function is just something, it's like a little machine. You put something in, it's going to get operated on, and then something's going to come out. Okay? And so at the beginning of the year in class, I talked about substitution. We're going to use substitution all the time, all year. And this is just another example of it, using substitution. Okay, so get that written right there. You're going to get a lot of practice with this here in a little bit. Okay, and this over here to the left, yeah, we'll get practice with this as well. We'll get a lot of practice with this. This is graphing linear functions and equations. This is graphing a function from a table. So we're going from a table to a graph. Okay, so if we think about this, here is our function. Okay, that means what's going to happen here. In basic terms, what's going to happen? Right here, 4 times something minus 1. That's real basic. That's what's going to happen. Okay, so we're going to put an x in, right? That's our input. Think about you're standing there. You're going to put a negative 1 in there. Okay, you put that negative 1 in, so you take the x out. So 4 times negative 1 is negative 4. and negative 4 minus 1 is negative 5. So your x, sorry, let's do this here. Get off. So your x is negative 1, which we write right there as the ordered pair. Your y is negative 5, which we write right there as the ordered pair. Well, what do you need to be able to plot a line on a graph? You need an ordered pair. Guess what x and y is? An ordered pair. Okay, so then we can take that and plot it. You can see in these notes we used one piece of paper, one little graph, but the blue one is for the one that we just did, y equals 4x minus 1. Okay, notice that the 3 points are, the first one that we had was negative 1, negative 5. Right, so if we go negative 1, negative 5, that was that point. The second one was 0 and negative 1, so we're at 0, go down to negative 1, which is right there. And then the third point was positive 1, positive 3. Positive 1, positive 3, 1, 1, 2, 3. It's right there. And you've just made a line using those 3 points, which technically you only need 2 points to make a line, but you can do it with 3. Okay. And then the next one was y equals x divided by 4, which is the blue one. So you just take the x out, we'll put the x in, we'll put the new x in, the value of x in, so negative 4. Here's the function, or the rule, and from 5th grade, this would have been the rule. The rule is x divided by 4 minus 2. Well, now we just call it a function. I don't know why, we just do. So it is now negative 4 divided by 4. I'm looking at this right here. Negative 4 divided by 4, which is negative 1. Negative 1 minus 2 is the same thing as negative 1 plus a negative 2, so we get negative 3. So our ordered pair is negative 4, negative 3. Okay, so it's the same thing. We just graph that line up there using these ordered pairs. Hopefully you wrote all this stuff down, or you're pausing it and getting it written, because I know I'm going fast. That's as far as notes go, that's all the notes for linear functions and equations. Okay, the next page of notes we'll get in this video also, and then I guess for the 2 assignments I'll make another video. Alright, here, you can pause that if you need to. There. Now pause it. Go! Alright, sorry. Alright, so the next page, it's just more examples, honestly, and it's a little, I don't understand what happened to the page. I don't know why it looks like that. It didn't matter what I did. That's how it turned out when I put the picture in. So, we'll just look at these for a second. Let me get a different color here. Alright, so this right here, think back to 5th grade, this is just the rule. Okay? That's just the rule. The x, you're just going to take the x of 0, and you're just going to put it inside of the rule. You're going to take the x, the actual letter x out, and put the value of 0 in, and just perform the rule. Okay? It's actually the same thing as 5th grade. The rules may be a little more advanced, but you're still just multiplying and adding small numbers, which is awesome, right? Okay, so then we get an ordered pair, and we can graph it on a coordinate plane. Okay, same thing with the one on the bottom. It's just a rule. That's all this is. Here's the rule. Just follow the rule. Your x is negative 1. So you're going to take this x out, take that x out, and you're going to put it in place right there, okay, of negative 1. And what do you get? You get 9. So right there, our ordered pair is, there we go, is x of negative 1, y of 9. Here's the ordered pair right there, and you can graph that. Okay. You know what, I think I'll stop it right there, and then I'll just do one with the Let's keep rolling. What am I keep rolling? All right, so let's look at graphing first. So we're going to graph. This was, let me see here. What was it called? X and Y tables and graphs. Okay, X and Y tables and graphs. So you'll need to open that, work on that. X and Y tables and graphs. So right here, let's look. The ordered pair is x, y is -1, +2, right? So we're going to look at our coordinate plane. It's just going to go by ones. We're going to go -1, +2.